Hi, I'm Marty Nimco. I've grown convinced that we benefit most from the brief. Proverbs are a particularly potent example of the brief. They're time-honored, distilled wisdom. Well, here are 18, and for each I either amplify or dissent. First one, among the blind, the one-eyed man is king. For most people, the benefits of being successful in a smaller sphere outweigh the risks, and even the benefits of trying in a bigger sphere. Consider, for example, the psychotherapist, who rather than become the zillionth therapist in New York City, sets up shop in a small town where there are no other therapists. Or the person who chooses to do acting in a community theater, where he or she can routinely get great roles. Compare that with the Broadway aspirant, who, despite years and a fortune in training, must go to cattle call after cattle call and is grateful for a small role and a $20,000 a year income. The next maxim, proverb, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Right. When you want to offer a suggestion, make it once, or at most, after an objection, one counter. After that, if you keep trying to drag the horse to the water, you have little chance of changing its mind. More likely, that horse will kick you. The next proverb, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Maybe, but it may be more potent to offer honey while threatening vinegar. For example, might not many people be motivated to work hard if they get both praise for the good and threat of criticism or even termination for the bad? Next proverb, silence is half consent. Usually, when trying to change someone's mind, the best we can hope for is to have planted a seed, the evidence of which is often silence. Blood is thicker than water. Not necessarily. After all, we're thrust into family by chance, friends by choice. A leopard can't change its spots. Right. In self-help and even counseling, it's wise to avoid hubris. Better to work with your core self than to demand a personality transplant. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Might not the proverb, out of sight, out of mind, provide counterweight to that argument? An idle brain is the devil's workshop. Right. Not being busy leaves too much time not only for mischief, but for worry, usually unproductive worry. A bad worker blames the tools. Great writers can write on a cheap computer, great teachers or therapists in a rundown building. Beauty is only skin deep. Alas, humankind so often falls for the veneer, blinded to what's inside. Actions speak louder than words. Right. Many people can talk a good game, but it's far easier to talk than to walk. Hypocrisy is the veritable norm. Don't cast pearls before swine. Indeed, it's wise to husband our efforts where we think they'll make the biggest difference. An empty vessel makes much noise. Right. It seems that today, more than ever I can recall, I hear loud and proud types who clearly seem to be empty vessels. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Indeed, today team, even consensus rules. Individual initiative is often dismissed as too hierarchical, cowboy-like, or even unwoke. Yet team decision-making tends to lead to tepid, lowest common denominator plans. Those ideas that all the team or committee members, tired of the endless back and forth, can, if only by holding their nose, accept. Never test a water's depth with both feet. Low-risk action, a pilot test, usually is wise and can make the fearful people rise from excess rumination to the empiricism that provides early feedback. And that feedback is often crucial to deciding whether to revise, expand, or cut the plan. Never put off tomorrow what you can do today. If only people would listen to that. Procrastination is a career killer, a relationship killer, a life dissipator. The early bird catches the worm. My previous comment per procrastination pertains here as well. A thing begun is half done. Yes, often the hardest part is making yourself get started. So you might want to try what I call the 1 second start. What's the first 1 second part of the task? Even if it's as basic as opening a book, that can be enough to take advantage of the law of motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. So, is there at least one thing that you want to do differently, or maybe more of or less of, as a result of considering these proverbs? In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.